This week we leave our home of the Solent and we continue westwards to Poole Harbour and Portland Harbour. We try to anchor at Poole, but we give up as it's getting late and we find conflicting guidance on where we can and cannot anchor.
Close your eyes, hear the voice within calling. This heavy load got under your skin. Hauling, you got the white knuckles holding on it tight, keeping your feelings bottled up inside. Heading for collision and denial. To really live, you gotta die. Breathe in, breathe out. Hey, come alive. Breathe in.
We've just slipped lines at Yarmouth. The conditions are better than we actually expected. We did leave with the tide coming with us and the wind is behind us, so that is good, and it's luckily not quite as choppy as it could have been. We're heading to Poole to anchor for a few nights while there's a bit more strong wind, and then hopefully we'll head further along the coast.
We're just sailing along through the bay across the Poole. The conditions have improved, the wind has died down a bit. It helps that we're going effectively dead downwind, so that lessens the effects of the wind a lot. The head sail is banging a bit, but we're on a pretty good course. And it's times like this that you kind of think we could just turn left a bit and carry on down the channel. It's one of the magical things of sailing, is once you're on a pretty good tack, then there's no reason that you'd ever need to stop, other than stopping and re-provisioning and stuff like that. But we've got plenty of food on board, so from here we can quite easily carry on to the West Country, possibly even over to Ireland in one leg. We want to see the sights on the way though, so we're going to carry on to Poole and stop for the night. But it's just one of those lovely things with sailing, that there's no reason that you have to stop. You can go as far as you want to go.
As we entered Poole Harbour, the plan was to turn to port and find an anchorage. We have many sources of information on board, and initially we'd looked on Navily to find suggested anchorage, and that indicated several options. We double-checked against the pilot book, charts, and the almanac, and finally looked at the Poole Harbour website. Each source gave a very different story, and we were left with no clear information as to where anchoring is safe and allowed due to various underwater cables, protected seagrass, oyster beds and channel marks. Although we motored down to Brownsea Island, we couldn't see anywhere suitable and protected. It was getting late, we were hungry and cold, so we turned for the town and headed into the yacht haven. If you're ever in the area, it's worth noting that Poole Yacht Haven is the single most expensive place we've stayed on the south coast. I'm sorry to say the facilities did not reflect the cost, so we left for Portland the following morning. After a fairly uneventful trip, we arrived at Portland Harbour. The harbour itself has an enormous harbour wall around it, with 3 entrances, the southern of which is closed due to a shipwreck. The easternmost is reserved for shipping, although you can call up for permission, as we did when we left, and the north entrance is the one that we used and is the standard entry for leisure boats. The entrances are nice and wide. Once you're through them, all of the swell goes away and you're just in a lovely flat pool of water. So that's where we chose to put the fenders out. And you follow effectively a marked channel. It's not really a channel, it's just a marked path to make sure boats aren't in the way of other ships and things. So we followed that in. As we turned towards the marina, there were a bunch of kids on sailing dinghies. So there's a very large sailing school in the harbour. It's a very nice safe place for kids to play and learn to sail. But they weren't any bother. They were actually looked like they were racing as we came to the entrance of the marina, but all of the dinghies got past us and then didn't turn back until after we were inside the marina. We tied up nice and safely on the visitors' pontoons, which are the first 3 as you enter the marina, the first of which has the fuel pontoon on. It's a very well laid out, very large marina. Boat folk always have very big pontoons as well. Most of them seem to have golf buggies for the staff to get around, and this one the staff also have bikes to come down and serve fuel, which is just shows the scale of these marinas, that it would take 10 minutes to walk down there, and so yeah, it's just a really nice easy place to get around. And the facilities were actually fantastic. We did a bunch of laundry, didn't get much footage because basically we were hiding from the wind, doing laundry, doing some editing, so we just got a couple of shots of the pontoons, but we did see a couple of other YouTubers on there. Sailing Ocean Melody were there. We went and had a quick look at their boat, although we didn't meet them, and also the Bumbling Sailor worked there at the time, and so we went in and had a chat with him on one of his night shifts before we left, which was nice to go and see another YouTuber and find out what his plans are coming up.
Oh, hang on. Might be coming in hard. You on it? No, yeah, safer.
Thanks for watching. Next week we'll be visiting Dartmouth and Solent, both of which are lovely quiet rivers in the southwest of England. In Dartmouth we visit a vineyard and test out some English wine, and in Solent we go to a gin distillery and try out some of the local cocktails and gins.